Hello, welcome all my beautiful vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls who are Aries suns, have big Aries placements, or cross watchers for Aries. I want to wish a very happy birthday to all of my March Aries out there. Y'all are the real ones. But the way things are going to work today, I will pull an oracle card to get your overarching theme for the month ahead. What else would we be doing here? And then I will use the tarot to clarify, get further details and messages. And with that, let's get into it, my friends. I hope that you had a wonderful February. I hope that you have something fun planned for your birthday, whether your birthday is in March or April. Don't get too crazy. I don't want to have to call the cops on you. Just kidding. Second house in reverse, the bottom. Be careful not to overspend. I'm getting this energy. Be careful not to overplay your hand. So for some, that's literal. Like, I don't know if you gamble and you're going to go do something fun. But because I feel like you guys are going to be in a good vibe, a good energy, right? You're entering your natal season. That always tends to make us feel like a million clucks. I have to sneeze, you guys. Can you see it on my face? It's going to be okay. Which is good, right? We want to feel good. We want to be like in our element. We want to be having a good time. Some of you guys, you come alive with like the springtime, the sunshine. But just make sure that you're not overplaying that. You're not overstating anything. Also, make sure you're not making promises that you can't deliver on, especially ones that you would have to deliver on later, like Taurus season or farther. So anything like, somebody's asking you to do something in a month, 2 months, make sure that everything you agree to is on the up and up and that you're only saying yes to things that you could actually fulfill. Otherwise, I'm getting this energy of it will come back to bite you in the ass. So just be very, very careful. Queen Conks. Okay, this just came out in reverse for Libra, which is so funny. Complexity. Okay, hang on. Sorry, my eyeball is itchy. But we have irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts. Sorry, my allergies are terrible. Contradicts, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, and transforms. I am drawn into, to a certain extent, mystifies, but really complicates and misses the mark. So, something going on for my lovely Aries in the month of March, and don't freak out, is that there's going to be a situation that it's not so easy to solve. It might be easy, seemingly easy in the moment, and you're kind of like, cool, got that off my plate. I say this because the quincunx happens when you have planetary placements that are 150 degrees apart. This can often indicate like a karmic cycle, or like the, signs that are quincunx from one another are karmic pairings. But it represents a problem or issue or like period, like point of gridlock that just keeps boomeranging back around over and over and over again. And you really have to work hard to kind of learn the karmic lesson, right? You learn through repeated exposure to challenge. So there's almost a note here to, like in March, something that you might be dealing with is either something that's unresolved from the past that you thought you put to bed. Not so much. I do feel like for many of you, there's like a forewarning aspect here, though, to not make sure, especially the orange here, this represents the sacral chakra. And so while that is our creativity and our instincts and our, the flowing of emotions, it can also represent our, our desires and that kind of like, when it's in its, like unbalanced, unhealed, it's kind of like that immediate need for gratification, especially through like sensory pleasures. And so there's just like a note here to make sure that you're not kind of letting the moment run away with you, or you're not saying yes to something in the moment that when it comes up again later, you feel like you have a hard time following up on. There is something in this month that, again, you've either already seemingly dealt with and it's coming back, or something that you go to solve and it seems like it's very straightforward and easy, but it's actually more complicated when you unravel it. So let's get some more details. Make sure to really prioritize your stability this month very heavily. The 10 of Swords is in reverse. Okay. Here's why I feel like this is important. I feel like with the Ten of Swords reversed, you guys have something in your lives where you have gone through some pretty significant loss, betrayal, bitter ending. And this is kind of like the redemption arc. This is the opportunity for something to be different. For some, you've cleared a karmic cycle and you're being asked to be mindful that you don't kind of almost incur more karma, right? Karma is here to kind of in many ways help us learn lessons, right? It's a summation of our actions. And so you're being implored is the word I'm getting, to be mindful, be careful, take things one step at a time so you don't repeat the same mistakes and thus incur some type of, I don't like talking about karma like it's this like punitive force, but some type of rebalancing that may be a painful experience for you later. Let's see what you get. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. There's the impulse. The Page of Wands, Aries energy here. Oh, you guys, what are you doing? The Two of Swords. Wow. This is right on point with what we're saying. Just a little psychic sometimes. So you guys are going to get some type of inspiration or invitation with the Page of, well, yes, with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands are very, very similar energies. So you guys are going to get this, like I said, this invitation or this inspiration. I thought I had a hangnail, sorry. This invitation or inspiration. Some you might be invited on a trip, but this is to go do something fun. This is something that you're going to get stoked about. You're going to be excited about. There's a lot of orange in this spread. You're going to want this thing, right? And something you need to know is it's going to look different than temptations of the past, but it will be at its core the same lesson. And this is where we have the Two of Swords, urging you to pause for just a minute, urging you to contemplate. In this quiet, meditative place, many of you will hear, you'll feel, especially I want to like the gut instinct feel, you will hear in your heart and soul, right? You will feel in your gut this little voice reminding you, saying, actually, wait. Maybe I should hold off. Wait, maybe I should, tell them something else. There's an answer that will need to be given, a choice that will need to be made with the Two of Swords. And you will have an opportunity to do things different. Beware thinking that something will... Hang on, I'm just getting comfy. Beware thinking that something will be different than it was before. Like if somebody comes back into your life, beware thinking that they have changed. Even if the dynamic will change, beware thinking that they have changed enough to produce a different result. That's a very specific message, so only take that if it resonates. But this is going to be a month where you're going to get excited about this. You're going to want to go do it. And then you're going to be put in a position where you can take a moment of pause. This is like your friends are like, hey, let's go on this trip. And you're like, oh, hell yeah. And then the website crashes while you're trying to book your flight, kind of a thing. That's your opportunity to pause, right? If you're, again, there's like, don't overplay your hand. Because there's something where if you're not careful, you're going to run right into repeating the same mistake. I got to know more about this because I'm spiritually nosy and otherwise nosy. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Wow, okay. Some of you have Taurus placements. Or again, Taurus season is also highly aspected here. So it would be like something that's going on this season into Taurus season. Nine of Swords. Okay. And the Nine of Pentacles. For many of you, this has a lot to do with, I was going to say, this is giving the energy with the Seven of Pentacles. So this is something that you had to wait for. You had to be patient for. And there's like this energy with the Seven of Pentacles of like you just paid off your debt. Kind of a vibe. Whether that's literal, which it's likely there's a financial or material component here with the Pentacle suit. But it's tangible. It's part of your everyday reality. You can observe it. Pardon my allergies. And it's kind of like you just got to a place of equilibrium, or you just clocked something as an issue. You just had this recognition, something you are aware, right? Of this pattern in your life, or you are aware of the dynamic with this person in your life. So what's going to happen, right? Ace of Wands clarified by the Seven of Pentacles is that you're going to get an impulse, you're going to get an invitation, you're going to get the inspiration, and then you're going to pause to think about it, right? If you naturally go to pause to think about it, that's being encouraged. Because these are the two parts of self that are going to be battling it out within. This is your excitement, your enthusiasm, your spark, your creativity, like I said, your passion. But this is the mature, responsible version of yourself you either are or you are trying to embody. This is someone who's grounded, who's stable. This is somebody who has a plan and sticks to it. This is also somebody who's a long-term thinker. This is not. This is short-sighted. This is vision. Like, I have a vision for the future. I'm building something, right? And so these are the two versions of self that you're going to be asked to choose between with the Two of Swords. And that's why you're going to be given a moment of pause. And with the Nine of Swords here, you're being encouraged to make a choice that you won't have to stress about later. Again, for some of you, this is something that you've already made a choice on, and now it's coming back where it's falling through. So again, let's say, you impulse booked a trip somewhere, now an unexpected expense comes up that you have to try to cover. That's kind of the vibe here. But for many of you, whatever this is, it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen in March, especially closer to Aries season. For some, it's happening in the beginning of the month. For some, it's happening closer to Aries season. And you are being asked, I think that's why I'm like saying it very specifically, you are being asked to pause, reflect, and to respond instead of react. Because you're trying to feed more of this King of Pentacles energy at this time and less of your Page of Wands. You might have both, you might have a good handle on both, but whatever this specific situation is, you're trying to invest in your King of Pentacles energy, not your Page of Wands. And at the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom, this has a lot to do with your independence and your finances. Yeah, the Sun. You will be very, very happy with the results. You will be grateful. It's kind of like you already know the right thing to do, the responsible thing to do, and you'll be very happy with the results. You might not see the full fruition until Leo season, but it kind of feels like however things go, you will see the results of it later. It will pay off. You will be very happy with the choices that you make from a calm, cool, collected, and again, responsible place. Yeah, there's that Nine of Pentacles. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that was helpful. I'm wishing you a happy, healthy month ahead. Once again, happy birthday to all of my March Aries. And yeah, stay cool out there, my friends.